Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOL FTWBRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. We're playing as the WWF in the year 2002. And more importantly, we're booking everyone's favorite show, Sunday Night Heat. Everyone's favorite show. If you deny it, you're lying. Been away from YouTube for a little while here. I went on my trip to California, like I said. Obviously, didn't get the Royal Rumble up in time. For some reason, this episode of Heat took me a lot of time to book. I'll get to it when we get to it, but yeah. Anyway, I went to California, and then I stupidly left my laptop charger in California, so I had to wait for my buddy to mail it out. But before we can get started, I don't know if any of you guys noticed by the quality of the audio or anything, but I'm actually using a new headset. I'm using a Turtle Beach area mic streaming headset. I don't know, maybe I can find. It says Turtle Beach Stream Mic. That's exactly what it's called. It's the official partner of Twitch. I bought that out while I was in California. I'm using that now as my recording. Hopefully the sound still sounds pretty good. I think so. I did a little bit of a test recording, but it's still weird not having my microphone super close to my mouth like I normally do, so hopefully I don't sound far away or anything or too loud in your guys' ear because I'm trying to raise my voice, so we'll see how it goes. Either way, let's just jump in and run the show. We are way behind on Total Extreme Wrestling. I wanted the Rumble up before I was in California, and look where we're at now. Of course, it's Sunday Night Heat, so Sunday Night Heat doesn't have any pre-show matches here. We open up the night, and about that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. Chavo Guerrero Jr. of ECW fame. Remember, he came from WCW, but they kicked him out. They fired him. He's part of ECW now, along with Eddie Guerrero, who's part of the WWF, a weird mixed brand team we got going on there. Either way, subpar wrestling, little heat. Chavo Guerrero Jr. going over Jerry Lynn in 7 minutes 51 seconds with the brainbuster after Eddie Guerrero interfered. So Chavo and Eddie living up to their, their lying and cheating, and especially the cheating and stealing moniker here we have. I guess also the moniker of the stealing as well, because Eddie is the. No, wait. I think Lance Storm got the Canadian Championship back, if I remember so, or the Mexican Championship. Prefer what you like. Either way, 57C-. Not a bad match at all between these two. Jerry Lynn's just a great hand. Unfortunately, he's not really great at anything else, so he's really kind of just been used as my enhancement talent. Eddie did good work ringside, so they don't work well as partners, but they can manage each other, I guess. Chavo with the 58, Jerry Lynn with the 51. So we move on to the next, not match, but angle here. We get a 54C-. We're backstage in the Right to Censors locker room. We see all four members hanging out. Richards is he's yelling at Val Venis. If we remember last week on Sunday Night Heat, Venis stepped up to the challenge of Bradshaw and lost. So Richards is pretty much giving him the rundown from last week. And he starts off by going on, unacceptable, completely unacceptable. That drunk redneck challenges us last week, and you step up to represent us, and you make us look like a joke. Venis then responds by going on to say, well, I didn't exactly see you step up, Richards. Don't get mouthy with me. Remember who saved you from living a life of a porn star. Sure, it sounds great until the burning kicks in, right, Val? And then Val, he got a little offended by there. We made a little bit of an STD joke. I don't know what an STG is. So Val goes, you son of a, but, he can't really move forward because Richards quickly interrupts him before Val can but Val can, strike him. And he says, I choose your next words carefully, Val, especially if you want to remain a part of this group. But that may not matter anyway. And then Val just goes on to say, what are you going on about now? Well, Val, because of your recent attitude and your recent disappointments, I don't know if I want you as a representative of the Right to Censor anymore, which is why I had a test match for you scheduled tonight against a man who is on the top of our most wanted list, ECW's Sabu. And I don't believe I wrote anything else for this, did I? No, I did not. So we just see Val Venis kind of looking a little, you're not really worried, but more annoyed that Richards did that. And I didn't mention it in this promo, but I do believe we did go on to make that match like a Aussie Rules match because it fits Sabu's style. Either way, Venis will be taking on Sabu in our main event tonight here, as Steven Richards is going to be testing him. We might be seeing the implosion of the right to censor if the storyline has anything to say about it. 54 C-, not a bad angle. As we move on to a 54 C- again, which this is not too bad because I believe Disco and Alex, I know Disco was on Entertainment and Alex, I believe, was on Overness. Kaz and Yang weren't rated at all, so don't get excited about them. But either way, the Boogie Knights begin to dance their way down to the ring. Meanwhile, we have the commentators that are putting over their attack last week on Too Cool after Too Cool beat, you know what, I don't even remember who they beat, after they won their match. Once in the ring, Disco Inferno takes the mic, or he asks for the mic, and he says, or he begins to talk as he goes on to say, "Oh, shut up! Just in case you idiots don't know who we are, my name is Disco Inferno. And to my right is my tag team partner, Das Wunderkid, Alex Wright. And we are the Boogie Knights. And we're here to show you some real dance moves, not some generic boy band stuff that Too Cool try to bring you. But before we can get to the fun stuff, we got to take care of these two kung fu fools first." So a little bit of a pre-match promo there. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Give me one moment. I love my mics that mute. I don't like sneezing on mic. Either way, a little bit of a quick introduction promo there for the Boogie Knights, Disco Inferno, and Alex Wunderkid, Das Wunderkid. Alex Wunderkid? I meant Alex Wright, Das Wunderkid. Anyway, this pretty much is what took me so long. I was trying to figure out why exactly the Boogie Knights and Too Cool were feuding. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make it just about dancing or if I wanted to do something else, but I think I wanted to go around with the crazy route of something just loony and off the wall and have it be about dancing. Yep, this is a feud about dancing. Complain all you want, Smarks. We go to a 53 C-. Again, not a bad match. This is Disco Inferno and Alex Wright's technically debut match, and they're putting on 53 C- with Young Dragons, Kaz, and Yang. Although, let's be honest, when we look at Kaz and Yang's stats, they're not bad either. Although it says in a terrible match here, we have the Boogie Knights going over to the Young Dragons in 4 minutes and 10 seconds when Alex Wright defeats Kaz Haishi with the Hangman's Neckbreaker, Disco with the 56 along with Das Wunderkid's 56, Yang with the 44, and Kaz with the 41. No worker improvements here, though, as we then move on to a 52 D+. What a shame. Looks like Scotty and Grandmaster Sexay bring it down. The match is over, the lights dim down, and a disco ball lowers down. The Boogie Knights begin to get down and groove to the music until they're interrupted by the music of Too Cool as they begin to make their way down towards the ring, or I guess the entry way, not the ring. Grandmaster Sexay takes the mic and he says, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Disco? You really think these people would rather watch you two dance around like idiots when they can watch Scotty and I get down? But you know what? Nah, it ain't just about that. Last week, you two jumped me and my boy, and we ain't about to let that slide. So here's what we're gonna do. We could either wait till next week, and I'll kick your ass personally in the ring, or Scotty and I can come down there now and do it a week early." So they start to make their way down to the ring, and then that's when Disco grabs the mic real quick and he says, Hold up. We don't need to do this now. Das Wunderkind and I just competed. But if it's a match you want, then it's a match you'll get next week. Or it's a match you'll get next week. I thought I was going on. Whatever. And then Sexay goes on to say, Aight, that works. But you know what they say about Disco being dead, right? Well, next week, that may just come true. And there we have it. Grandmaster Sexay lays it down. Apparently, we're going to get Sexay versus Disco next week. We also had a couple of locker room incidents here. Mike Tenay, color commentator for WCW Nitro. The Professor, Mike Tenay as TNA, will let you believe. He was brought before Wrestler's Court. He was accused of making a mess and not cleaning up. Judge Rock found him guilty, sentenced him to clean his mess up and then buy drinks after the show. So there you go, Mike Tenay. Thank you for being dirty and getting our wrestlers drunk tonight. Of course, Taker goes on to pass psychology on to Mark Jindrak, just making him even more of a promising prospect. So there we have that. No worker improvements. As we go on to a 85B plus. This is supposed to be the This Week in the WWF segment, but apparently I forgot to take the Giant off screen, so he was on screen the whole time. Maybe he was just commentating over it. 85B plus, just featuring the events that went on between Undertaker and Kane taking on Jericho and Christian for a chance at the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way match. If Kane and Taker would have won, Kane would have been in the match, but he didn't win because of a slight distraction from The Rock that allowed Christian and Jericho to pick up the win, giving Christian the chance since he was the one who made the pinfall. So Christian, of course, joining that Fatal 4-Way thing. But it then goes on to show that the Brothers of Destruction aren't going to take The Rock's mouth as Rock's trying to mouth off to them. Taker and Kane hit a double choke slam on the Great One, laying him out before the show, or after. I mean, not before the show, but after the show. We then have Goldberg taking on the Giant because Goldberg announced his participation in this year's Royal Rumble. Giant got mad about it. Giant, he didn't put up the best performance, but give a little bit of credit from DDP here as Diamond Dallas Page provided the distraction for Goldberg to go in and run in and hit the spear to get the victory. And then we had Booker T and Chris Benoit battling over the King of the Ring crown and the number one contendership, I guess, for the WCW World Title at Royal Rumble. So, like I said, just going off the events that happened. Apparently, Giant came across well, so thank you, Giant, for helping us with this week's video segment. I don't know. We go into our main event of the night, which gets a 68C+, and about that had decent wrestling to it, but not much weighing heat. Sabu going over Val Venis in 9 minutes, 58 seconds with the springboard DDT. Ivory doing some good work ringside, but it didn't do enough. Val Venis with an in-ring performance of a 51. Sabu with a 69. So once again, Val Venis losing, and you have to wonder what this means. Like, is he going to be out of the right to censor? Is Stevie kicking him out? I don't know. But that ends off the show right there. Real quick, did I make this an Aussie Rules match or not? No, it's just a regular one-on-one match, so we end off the show to a 70C+, not too shabby for Sunday Night Heat. But here comes the fun part, nerds and geeks. We get to do the post-show, at least as long as we can, because I do have some big-name people coming in here. So if we get a decision, I'm going to end off the show there and not make the stupid mistake of accidentally showing you guys something and then having to cut the video short like I did in the last episode. Ooh, Sean O'Haire becoming the new NWA Wildside Heavyweight Champion. Of course, Alex Wright was the previous champion, but he had to vacate the title due to being called up. But we'll get to Sean O'Haire in just a moment, but good for him. Look at that, good for us. Like I said, we're going to NWA, OVW, and then HWA first. Billy Gunn. I didn't even know Billy Gunn was injured, but apparently he's back. Yay! Anyway, so it was HWA Wrestling first. 45 solid D rating here. Opening match, Cody Hawk, who, he doesn't work for us. Going over Ray Steele, who does work for us. Come on, guys. And the opening match with a 32E+. Then the A Squad going over Future Shock with the countout victory with a 28 solid E. A Squad being Chet Shabolsky and Dean Jabolski going over BJ Whitmer, who I know is under developmental with us. Oh, he's injured. He got a fractured arm. And then, I don't know who you are. Logan Kane, not developmental. The Island Boys going over the Haas Brothers with a 36 D- rating here. All four men here, of course, under developmental deals. Akimu and Kimu, better known as Umaga, maybe the superhero in training with the Hurricane, going over Charlie and Russ Haas. And then finally, with a 50 D+ rating, former 3-count members going against each other as Shannon Moore retains his HWA heavyweight title against Evan Courageous. You know what? I bet that was a pretty good match. We then move on to OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, which got a 48 D+. Opening match, Nikita retaining her OVW Women's Championship against Lou Fisto with a 34 E+ rating. We then go on to an angle featuring Sharmell and the OVW World Champion Rob Conway. Maven then goes on to retain the OVW Light Heavyweight Championship by defeating Damien. I don't believe Damien's under contract with us, but Maven is. Flash Flanagan going over Monty Brown with a 40 D- match. Good match. I believe both these men. Oh no, Flash Flanagan is not under a developmental deal, but Monty Brown is. And then finally, in the main event, with a 51 D+, Rob Conway going over former... It's like a week of former tag team partners going at it. We had Shannon Moore and Evan Courageous, and now the Lords of the Ring, Rob Conway, once again going over Nick Dinsmore, the man he defeated to win the OVW Championship, now beating him to retain it. 51 D+ here. I mean, if Chuck Palumbo was in NWA, we could possibly have a full-on streak here, but I doubt it. But finally, we go to NWA Wildside Wrestling with a 50 D+ here. Big show. We open up the night with Lazarus going over Chris Hero with a 38 D+. I don't believe either of these men are under developmental deals with us. I didn't think so. They're really pushing Lazarus for some reason. We then go on to a 41 D rating here. Caprice Coleman going over Ray Gordy. Both men are not under developmental deals with us as well. We then have a skit involving Road Dogg Jesse James, Air Paris, and Sean O'Hare with a 51 D+. Probably Air Paris and Road Dogg complaining about Sean O'Hare getting a title shot and not them. Jay-Z Daz, going over James Storm with an E27. Then we have Adam Jacobs retaining his NWA Georgia Junior Heavyweight title against Jason Cross with a 50 D+ here. Both men are not under developmental deals. Come on, NWA, push some of my guys. We then go to a skit involving Carlito Cool and Ernest Miller with a 55 C-. David Flair then goes over Road Dogg with a 41 D+, or D, not a D+. Don't give him that much credit. And then we end off the night with Sean O'Hare going over Onyx to win the NWA Wildside Heavyweight Championship. Solid 60 C here. Both men under developmental deals. Good rating for both men here. Or, not a good rating. I don't know what I'm going on to say here. Either way, good match is what I was trying to say. And real quick, I want to check off this. Go on to the roster. What am I looking for? Titles. And I want to see the prestige of the title now. 80, solid B. Did drop down a little bit. But either way, Sean O'Hare. Why do they get vacant and mine doesn't? Is there a way to do that? Somebody tell me. Because I hate how anytime I have to vacate the title. Alright. So we got, yep, whatever. Nothing too special here as we move forward towards Monday Night Raw. And hopefully Raw will be up here pretty soon. I'm not going to say it's going to be uploaded today because I'm recording this before work and I got to book it still. But I got it in today, so I figured let's get this up as soon as we can. Nothing too special over here. WCW Nitro got a 44.15. I'm going to say that's not bad. I'm not going to tell you it's not bad. I'm just going to say it's not bad. It could be, for all I know. Oh, and this is where we're going to end off the episode because we do have a decision, and I don't want to show you guys who we're hiring, although some of you may know. But if you do have a guess, I mean, I guess you can comment into the comment section. I'm not going to confirm whether you're right or not. Either way, Miracle Man and Magnitude Kishawada apparently have a heated rivalry. But what we all know and love, JR is still the best announcer in wrestling today. So that's going to do it for this episode, Nerds and Geeks. I will see you guys for Monday Night Raw, hopefully here pretty soon. I'm going to be working on that tonight once I get off of work, booking some things and scenarios in my head, maybe get my buddy Chris to write me an Undertaker promo, and if he can do that, we'll be good. Either way, I will see you guys next time. Keep an eye out for an update video because that will be going up here soon because this channel's hopefully going to be seeing a lot of changes. My name's an OMGWTF, LOL FTWBRB, and hopefully this audio went good, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.